Goldberg. How you doing, buddy?
In your dreams, magical thoughts, all things are real.
Hey, Roy. Thanks for the host, buddy. What's up, Nakurti? Happy birthday, Tyler. How you doing today, bud? Doing anything special for your birthday? Well, tell Mom and Dad they have to take you out somewhere. Feels birthday, man. Alright. I at least wanted to get the opening cutscene, like, on video. You know, what it looked like and stuff like that, since it was all messed up yesterday before I did the whole thing. I was messing around with the settings in the emulator. This seems to be a common problem with some video cards with this game, where the cutscenes just, like, mess up in the emulator for whatever reason. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same case for other games going forward. If that is the case, though, I'll fix it each time if the game's going to have cutscenes like that. Yeah, that actually is one thing Lunar did pretty well. I don't know if they, like, completely changed the songs to fit, because you would think that the music would be the same throughout the versions, but I really don't know. But Lunar 2, at the very least, did a really good job with it, too. Alright, guys. That's enough talking from me. Let's get started. No. You need to go to this one. This is where my save file's actually at. Haha! Look! We're here. Alright, and here we go. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound bad, and the person singing the song is really good, so yeah, it's very charming. That's a good way of putting it. Thank you for the host, Mai. So Tyler, hopefully you don't mind me tweeting out about your birthday. That's not something I normally do, but for whatever reason I felt the need today. You feel old. I looked at that picture and I was like, holy crap. I'm old. Creation tweets. Yeah, they're a thing on occasion. I've been trying really, really hard to tweet every time I go live. At least with this challenge. I don't really know that too many people use it to know when I'm going live, but it doesn't mean that I don't try. Interesting, it did not save my last attacks. Let's see if these guys have elemental weakness. Come on, be weak to lightning. Oh, that's not weak to lightning. Please die. Now, I did give her this, like, rod. Alright, so her damage is okay. Yeah, well, that's, like, one of the things, like, when Kolthor goes live, I know around the time he's gonna go live every day, so I know to look. But I get the alert literally the next day at, like, 5 o'clock in the morning that he's live, which is, it's a joke, really. I mean...
Check this out.
There's a Fox Roy. I need to see this emote. Physical attacks are so low right now. It's morphine time! There is a Fox Roy and I love it. Oh man, I have to check it out. When's the next stream, man? Oh. Oh. Oh god. Really? Are they trying to run? Wait, what did she just do? Might give it a go this week? That's cool. You think that you would, Is she casting heal? No, she wasn't using any of my magic. Did he just run? Stupid Giga Wasp. Oh god, that damage! What the hell? Alright, so basically we're getting our shit wrecked now. Well, that's not who I wanted to heal. I still have to get used to these menus. Yeah, Nash was just like, GTFO, guys. I don't know which way is the correct way to go, but I did see a chest down here. Seriously? These chests never seem worth it. Let's see if I can use this. Maybe it just puts them to sleep. Okay, so it only hits one person. But it doesn't use magic lately, so... Maybe I should consider using it on bosses? Ha! Get status effect! How do you like it? It's not fun, is it? Whoa, why do you do so much damage? Oh, this place is huge. God. Puddle monster I've never fought before. Probably gonna kick my ass. I love how I have the absolute best equipment I can have in the game right now. Like, no question about it. I have the absolute best stuff. And, like, every enemy is still destroying me. Oh, God. Yeah, I think it's a better idea that I keep a bow on her. Maybe. Luna's dead. Bye, Luna! Oh, never mind. You decided to attack Nash for some reason. So, I think we've proven now that that's pretty much what this game is going to be. It is going to be progress a little bit, get a couple chests, backtrack to town, save. 50? And then progress a little bit more, backtrack to town, save. Progress a little bit more, backtrack to town, heal, save. Rinse, repeat for 3 years. And equipment is the biggest thing so far. And I've avoided some battles, but for the most part, I fought just about everything. Oh, God. And this is why I don't like fighting the random battles. I never know, like, what I'm going to get. Lunar's like a box of chocolates. You never know how many of the enemies are gonna kick your ass. Oh, crap. So, they did not fall asleep, like I was hoping they would.
Check this out.
So I gotta hope some lightning kills them. Whew. Get out here! Get! La 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 la. Ba 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 da ba da da ba da da. Can't hurt to fight battles. We're gonna need the experience later anyway. Yeah. Costs a lot of magic, but if there's a chance of putting everything asleep, I almost have to try it. What we need to do is level up that Nash gets his next highest magic. And that'll make grinding easier. Whoa! Whoa! What? Lunar, Silver Star Story. Status Effect the game. In stores. March 28th. Seriously, the status effects are crazy. The game either expects me to, like, have a garden in my bag that just, like, magically grows herbs and starlight dews, or I'm just ridiculously underleveled already, which, you know, I just find that really hard to believe, considering I've probably fought more fights at the start of this game than anything else. I'll hit those two.
Check this out.
Of course, Nash is underleveled because he didn't level up with me when I was in that Cave of Trials. Oh, she countered? I never know what to expect with this game.
Check this out.
Rip number 1, rip number 2, and hit number 3. Yeah, paralyzed mechanic. That's what I get for making a tweet about the poison mechanic. Damn it, did not mean to do that. Although, maybe I should save, because, you know. Colthor, thank you for the host. with those magical viewers that you always seem to have. See, man, that's how much people love you. They stay in your stream. Period. Even when you're not streaming. Okay, we went that way. Those guys aren't too bad. You got 7 right now. I don't know that I want to progress right now. And the other thing about it is... like, I have to go back and heal, but then when I come back to the dungeon, I have to avoid enemies so I can save my magic. Because I would not be able to complete these battles otherwise. I'd die without using magic. Yeah, go after Nash. Oh, wait, you can actually reach him? Never mind. Ha! Idiots. I think when he attacked the fire rod, he did a lot of damage to these guys. No. He did not. Die, please. Thank you. Finally, a fight I took no damage. Attack +1. I'm looking for, like, range increase by 1. Alright. This is gonna be poison or something, isn't it? Correct way to go, maybe? Fuck. Why are these bugs hiding in a chest? Why? Is she using items?
Check this out.
Oh! Okay. How did you only attack 1 there? Like, how do you only hit 1? You can't only hit 1 over here! Alright, Nash. Teach me your ways.
Check this out.
Gotta save Luna. Alright. What's up, Brandon? We're doing okay, I guess. Progress in this game is still rough. Alright, so I'm just gonna avoid as many random encounters as possible on my way back here. I can't believe I'm already out of magic. I feel like I took like 50 steps. Ah, thanks, lady. But in a really chipmunky voice that I can't do, that I would just about attempted to do and would have made a complete fool out of myself. I want to hear Kolthor try and do a chipmunk voice. I think that'd be pretty funny. I think that would probably be the best thing ever. Come here. Come on. Come on. Wow, really? You're just gonna stay there? So you can't even avoid some of these fights. The NPCs don't even move. Let's see what happens if we just physically attack these guys. Nothing. Nothing. Nope. Magic is almost a necessity. Oh. Bam. Thank God for Alex's damage. Come on. You're not gonna make me fight you too, are you? Yeah, come a little bit further. Damn it. Yeah.
Check this out.
I'd like to not have to have my characters at full HP too, but that's not really a possibility. Alright. I already did that. I already did shit. Here. Is it down further?
Check this out.
She's like dodging everything now. It's awesome. I don't understand why, but it's still awesome. I don't know that the two of them can kill one together. Probably not. Of course I couldn't crit the first time. Good job, Luna. Alright. I got all this stuff already. Now we're in unknown territory, so... I wanted to check down. Okay. Alright, we at the end? Nice. Sure hope this was the way I was supposed to go. Alright. Well, at least the game lets me know to avoid that. So that's what we're gonna do. No. No. That is not cute. I don't know what she's selling. Well, there's another locked chest. So many people. Gross. Chocolate covered ants. And thumb wrestling. Whoa. To build... Wait, what? We'll come back out here later, but we'll talk to her for now. This is huge. Way bigger than I was expecting. Yeah, pretty much. Patented extra strength piles salve? Alright, we got one more tower to check. Excuse me. Thank you. Alright, so he looks like a different NPC, so we're going to... go up here first. Jesse, it's just nothing. You don't understand. It wasn't like that. Jessica. Go down! What the hell? You know, of course I needed to talk to that NPC first. To trigger the ability to talk to this guy, who is no longer talking about Jessica. Go down. Jessica, why? Why Jessica? Where are you? They said in the North Tower, so let's go all the way to the top of that. Get up there. Well, I did not see him there. Unless this is considered the North Tower for whatever weird reason. I just hold her hand, Jessica. Why are you so angry? What the fuck? What? Can you see Berg from here? Berg? I'm a lady! What? How does that make sense? That made no sense to me. So, is he so drunk that I can't leave? I don't get that one either. I was just there. I saw him. Maybe I had to find Jessica. Jessica, where are you? Come sample my words when you grow up, kids. Now I have to talk to some other NPC that's going to trigger dialogue, I guess. Is it you? Wow. No. It's terrible. Yeah, working at a desk is, you know, silly as it might seem to people, is not what your body is meant to do by any means. So sitting at a desk all day, every day, for weeks, it's just not good. Alright. Now we go around talking to everybody again. Now he's in the east tower, which, so that was north. That would make this west, right? And that would be south. Where's the east tower? Or maybe he was in the east tower all along. Nope. This game has no sense of direction. This would be west if that was north. I don't see him in here. This would most certainly not be the east tower. Does what look infected to me? Where the heck is this guy? He's not sleeping. There he is. Donuts. I already hate Kyle. I don't like Kyle. I like how I've like met all these other characters, but I have not met Jessica. Alright, so now she told me. I feel like the NPCs are behind a step. Is he still here? Is he in jail now? Like I said, I feel like the NPCs are like behind. I have to go talk to him in the area that he is. And then when I talk to the NPC, he moves. Very weird. Let me in. Going away, please. I am already most humiliating. Okay. Where's he at now? Man, this game got very sexual all of a sudden. Kyle, where the hell are you? God damn it, Kyle! Don't let me go now. Nope. Did Kyle go this way? Hey, dude. Did Kyle go this way? Oh, sorry. I had to talk to the NPC before I could do this. Jeez. Now it's gonna be a video. Oh, internet, please. Don't even start this shit.
Oh, what a night. Kyle had himself another night of wine, women, and song. Just between you and me, I think I had a little too much of the wine. But the women didn't complain.
Jeez. Hold on. Like, my internet's going super crazy right now for some reason. Like, the bar that's on the bottom right's, like, flashing green, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, 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 red, yellow. Let me get to a place I can save it. I might have to cut stream for a bit, figure out what's going on with this before it actually cuts on me. Gaga goo goo. Alright, come on, internet. Stop being shit. Yeah, I'm lagging here and there. I'm going to be. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm not disconnecting. It was bad weather outside, but this is weird. It's like something's downloading or something like that, honestly. Yeah, it's like I said, I can see it flashing back and forth. It's not overly bad, but... No, not a Windows update. I checked that. I checked everything on my PC. Nothing's updating, nothing's running. And sorry for the pausing. My thing is, I really, if there's any issues with my internet whatsoever, I want to find stuff quickly. Sorry about that. Because if I have to contact my ISP, I want to do it as early as possible and get stuff taken care of. Yeah, but that shouldn't do very much. We've had 3 or 4 people streaming here, and that shouldn't be a problem. And I've got my encoding set really, really low. I know he has his much higher, but I've got my encoding set really low. That was like something was downloading, like on Steam or something. You can normally tell the difference with OBS, whether it's like your internet crapping out or whether it's like your upload speed going to crap for some reason. OBS doesn't like come out and say it, but wait, really? I have to go through another whole area? I always save it twice because it like doesn't give any confirmation that you saved it or anything like that, like a sound or anything like that. Oh, jeez. There was no items to buy in that area. No items to find either that I could see. Although it's not like I expected the enemies to get easier progressing to the next area.
Check this out.
I'm starting to wonder why I even bother with chest, honestly. I get crappy items at best.
Yeah!
Run! I don't even know how you're supposed to survive something like that. Gotta be honest. That's a little crazy. I like how I talked to both of those at the same time. That was one input. I healed and talked to that guy. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I'm constantly using magic. Like, there's no avoiding it.
Check this out. Yeah!
Sorry, that came out of nowhere. So when I'm asleep, I tend to take so much more damage, it looks like. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, it definitely seems like that might be the case, that it almost requires grinding. The thing about it is that the rewards you get for grinding they're kind of outweighed by getting new items from a new area. So it's like, if you can manage to get through to the next area, then you get stat bonuses that are way larger than the 3-4 levels that you can get. So if you can manage to struggle to the next town and buy new stuff, you're better off than grinding a couple levels. But then by the time you get there, then that's when you should backtrack. Yes, I did look at the game that you sent me. I think that game was an NA exclusive, if I remember correctly. That might be on my game cuts list. I got sent like 5 games to look at yesterday, so I'm trying to remember specifically which one you had sent me. I apologize I didn't get the chance to answer the email yet. But I will do that later today. Yeah, I think that's the one that came out for Xbox. I think that it only came out in NA. I don't think it came out in Japan. But again, that might be something I have to research a little bit further. What about Earthbound, Tyler? I'm just gonna go with... I'm gonna take more damage by doing it this way. Actually, you know what? Forget it. I'm not doing that because these guys put me to sleep. What I really need is for him to get a higher level magic. Yes, I'll be using more magic, but if he just does like 40 damage to everything...
Yeah!
Now, one thing I haven't considered is, do I do reduced damage the more targets that I attack? Ah, you two know each other? You don't do reduced damage, so it's like magic just does a set amount. And then if they're weak to it... Ooh. That's for the best, honestly. Can you hit all these guys? No, you cannot. Let's save the magic a little bit.
Check this out.
I was not familiar with that game though, Overhunter. I did do some research on it. Yeah, it's from Earthbound. And like I said, I think that the game was an NA exclusive, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was released for a different system, or named something different in Japan. But I'll do some research into more as to if it's like really a full-fledged JRPG or not. And if so, then it'll probably go on the list. Alright, I was gonna say before we go in here. Okay, good. At the very least, we're on the world map. It's a safe place to save. Maybe I'll check north first. Not that I really have to worry about random battles or anything. I think this is a town I was going for. New stuff to buy? Please? Pretty please? Although I probably don't have the money for it. Hey! There's an item store. What do you got for sale? Nothing I'm interested in for now. Although the ability to kill paralysis, I feel, is going to become a necessity very, very soon. Booger barter? I guess I'd get sick of eating the same thing every single day. Well, I don't even guess. I know I'd get sick of eating the same thing every single day. Nice. Alright. Just in case we have to fight something, we're taking safety saves.
You have to be reasonable. The Dragon Master causing problems must be an imposter. The true Guardian of Althena would never bring harm to you. To prove it, I will personally investigate this matter on your behalf. Oh, when did you come in? You weren't here before. Did you come after hearing of the trouble here? I think this Dragon Master is a fake. In fact, I bet he's even a bigger phony than my former boyfriend. A good fight is just the ticket to get over that rat. So, let's go find this fraud and show him who's boss.
This must be Jethica! It's Jethica, guys! Sounds like a plan. Yes! We have more healers! What spells do you know? Cure condition. Escape from a dungeon. It only costs 20! So she knows the same healing spells essentially. Maybe she heals for more or less. What do you have equipped? Ah. You have a mace. And you have the next best stuff. But slightly better thing probably. It sounds like a Sailor Moon song. I guess it could. I haven't heard Sailor Moon music in a long time. I'm not trying to see it talk to two people at once. That's crazy. Quit yammering, you fool! Aw, yeah. We're in a freaking boat, traveling super slow. Oh. Okay, well... I don't know that this is necessarily supposed to look like this, but it does on the emulator, so... Sorry for that. So she doesn't know any physical attacks.
Check this out.
Holy crap, that poison hurts me a lot. That damage, though. I feel like you get basically no experience in comparison to how difficult these battles are. She has way less magic, so we're gonna use hers for now.
Check this out.
At least she does decent physical damage. Oh, really? Of course. Of course. I love how she does more damage than Alex does. But she only gets to go once. Alright, so I don't quite do enough damage. Well, she went first. Hit the one. Good, I hit the one that's 28. Come on, kill it. Yay, that worked out. No damage. So I need like 1,000 experience now, but I'm still getting around the same amount of experience I was at the start of the game. Oh, God. So my controls were all messed up there, for anyone that didn't get that. This game really punishes you for wanting to explore and open all the chests. It's like, oh yeah, you see that chest you found over there? Well, guess what? Wait, this is the entrance? Really? Well, it looks like I'm fighting you whether I want to or not.
Check this out.
have to be honest. What were they thinking when every single enemy causes like some type of status effect with its normal attacks? What were they thinking? Why did they think that that was a good idea? This is gonna be a fake one. We're just gonna walk like this for a bit until it wears off. Why isn't this one wearing off? That one lasted much longer for some reason. I should know better. I should know that I should just say it. Just forget the chest. I'm not gonna open them anymore. But I keep thinking...
Check this out.
I like many aspects of it. I dislike quite a few aspects of it as well. But overall, it's a solid JRPG. See, that's the point. It's like the game's like, ah, guess what? You know how you want to have really good weapons and stuff like that? Well, the one time you skip a chest, that's where it's gonna be. So, like, I feel the need to open everything, but at the same time, you know. Yeah, but normally in JRPGs, they're not traps. And if they are, it's definitely not nearly as much as this game's been. Like, this game, over half the stuff has been some type of trap. 99% of the enemies do some type of... Oh, I can only hit one. Oh, we're just gonna use some magic because you cannot make it through an area without nearly dying.
Check this out.
The game... I'm not sure what the game was like going for by doing this. Like, forcing your hand constantly. Now, difficulty, I'll say, like, enemies do a lot of damage and stuff like that, so yeah, maybe the game really just wants you to grind. Maybe that's all there is to it. But even still... I forgot I didn't hit this one with magic. Now, why did she knock it back, but the other ones didn't? She did less damage. Maybe it's just her weapon that knocks back? Now the game's just messing with me. It's throwing chests all over the freaking place. Whoa. Oh, apparently the monster can fight me through the chest. That's fantastic.
Check this out.
Okay. I really thought we'd kill one.
Come on, get back on your feet.
Check this out.
And poisoned. So guys, let's wait until the end of an entire dungeon to give you an item that prevents conditions! Yeah, that seems like a swell idea. Let's not make it accessible at any other point in time during the game. You know we're gonna fight this guy and probably get our ass kicked. Yeah, I earned it alright. Yeah, good thing I checked all the chests so that I can now check chest without worrying about getting status effects. We did it. We're almost out of magic, guys, but we did it. Now we know there's gonna be some type of chest over here, probably. And it's gonna be not. Oh no, I already got all these ones. Nice. Nice. Brrr. So, was it worth it to get all the items? Maybe. We're gonna save it before we walk around anymore. Just in case it triggers a battle. I do not want to do any of this over again. Alright, no items. Alright, let's heal up. Mauve dragon and the teal dragon. Why does it seem like the battle music's so low for me?
Check this out.
Oh, cool. He can attack 3 times.
Check this out.
Althena, lend me your power!
Check this out.
Althena, lend me your power!
Holy shit.
Check this out.
What's up, Holden?
Althena, lend me your power!
Damn it.
Althena, lend me your power!
La 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 la.
Yeah.
Althena, lend me your power! Althena, lend me your power!
Yay. This music at the end of bosses, though. Magic box. Okay. I have no idea what it does. That was not a dragon! That guy will go on to become the final boss. Yeah. Wait, what? Good thing I fought like 90% of the battles in this area. Yay! We did it! I know very soon I'm barely beating these bosses. I've got no magic at the end of the fights and everything else. Like, I'm barely beating them. I know very, very soon we're gonna get to a point where we're just, like, getting destroyed by a boss. Yeah, I played the DS one. The only other one I played was Lunar 2. A few weeks ago. Yeah, it's a really good game. There are aspects that are slightly annoying, but some people might find them endearing in the old school JRPG sense. I find them annoying because I don't feel like they add challenge to the game. They're just, like, annoying. Quite literally just annoying. You can fish now. Like, the fact that almost every enemy produces a status effect when it attacks you. Like, I guess that's their sense of making it more difficult. But it's not always that it makes it difficult, it just, like, it makes fights more time-consuming more than anything else. So it's like, I could kill it. In random battles, if you want to grind in a JRPG, you tend to look for an area where they give decent experience and you can kill stuff relatively quickly. You know, you want to maximize the amount of experience you get and minimize the amount of time that you put into it. But so far with Lunar, it's been like, every single battle, whether it's easy battles where enemies I can kill instantly or not, if one lives, it can do some type of status effect, which then causes this chain reaction on my guys where they're attacking each other for a while, and then eventually I finish the fight, and then I heal. So it's like, yeah, that was more difficult and I had to be paying attention to it, but it also makes me not want to grind, which is something this game kind of seems like I'm going to have to do. Alright, so there's nothing up here, I guess. Interesting. Not what I expected. But again, that is, like, classic JRPG. Yeah, I never want to grind anyway. This is true. I don't. Like, that's a granted thing when it comes to me. But I'm talking in the sense of someone playing this game that's not me. I'm trying to think of it in that regard. And maybe I just have a, you know, bad... Wait, did I heal? Yes, okay. But, I mean, I'd be much more willing to grind in something like a... I don't know, just something where I didn't constantly have to worry about status effects.
Check this out.
But that swamp was the worst. That swamp definitely, definitely messed with me a little bit. To be walking in an area that, could constantly cause you ticking damage, to then make it so that there was loads and loads and loads of chests that disoriented your character, that made you walk into these poison things, and then at the end of the swamp to give you an item that prevented any type of status effects. Oh no, the swamp, I expected to be able to take damage from walking through stuff. That I expected. Guaranteed. That's been like a classic thing. A few chests maybe, like 2 or 3 chests that maybe disoriented me or something like that. You know, ones that were more obvious, that were in the center and around a whole bunch of pits, kind of to be expected.
Check this
But
out.
what's the point of, like, 10 chests that disorient you. That's kind of pushing it a little bit, don't you think? Just a tiny bit. It's not like it was a big extravagant dungeon that you were going through that had 50 some rooms or something like that. It was literally like a swamp of limited paths with chests along the paths to test your determination. Are you actually being honest with your assessment, Kolthor, or are you being nostalgic? You don't ever remember getting frustrated at that part of the game at all? Undertale certainly did not teach me to not open items. Because there's the potential for, you know... Yeah, I think that's where this game kind of falters for me. And it's not enough to make me dislike the game. Like, I'm enjoying this. But everything it does in a negative aspect is very excessive. So am I just supposed to go back to the temple now? Yeah, like every single enemy attacks and gives some type of status effect. I would almost be more accepting of them giving things like sleep and paralysis and things like that than I am them giving poison. It just seems like an additional way to do slightly more damage to your characters, to make it so that you're forced to heal. And they even give you enough magic to really, if you're very careful with it and you fight the battles in a half-decent way where you're trying to kill as many enemies as quickly as possible, you can get to the end of each area with still having a little bit of magic left. And it almost seems like that was completely planned, but they could have planned that differently. You know, you could have had less enemies, less magic, didn't get poisoned and things like that. I agree with that to some extent. There's definitely a rewarding feeling from accomplishing something, but that's accomplishing something that's more so difficult. Like when it threw me in that battle where I opened the chest and it confused my enemies, and confused all of my characters, and I didn't expect it, and nearly wiped me out before I even got a turn. Yeah, I like instances like that where I'm put in a situation and I have to kind of like think how to get out of it. That's interesting. However, like I said, it's not that those battles that the enemies poison you or like paralyze you or sleep you are difficult. They're not difficult. They become more time consuming than anything else. And that's one argument that I'll always make when it comes to JRPGs or any game or any challenge or anything like that. Increasing the amount of time something takes does not make it more challenging. It makes it just that. It makes it take more time. If anybody can do it if they're willing to put enough time into it, then that doesn't really warrant a challenge. It just warrants how much patience you have and how much time you're willing to put into something. That's been my argument with like the extra bosses and stuff like that in the Final Fantasy games, starting with Final Fantasy X. When Final Fantasy X came out and the Sphere Grid opened up, all the extra bosses and stuff like that you want to do, you have to grind for hours upon hours upon hours to do all the endgame content. And that's just so that your characters can all be doing the max amount of damage constantly, have the max amount of HP and everything else. But still, when you fight these bosses take forever to kill because they've just got crap tons of HP. That to me is not so much a challenge. To some people it is. Yeah, like the weird Dark Aeons. To some people that is a challenge, to put in that amount of time and effort into something to be able to say you did something like that. But I don't consider something everyone can do if they put time into it challenging. It's just, that's not the same thing to me. Yeah, I think that a lot of the extra bosses that you could do in Final Fantasy games before that, you could almost do with the parties and stuff like that you had. Yes, that's another thing too. I don't like extra stuff that doesn't give story. I did Ozma. I fought Ozma. I feel like everything you had to do to get to Ozma is, like, a little bit silly. I mean, the Chocobo game's definitely fun for a while, and I suppose you can get really lucky and it might not take you that long. And then going around the map when you actually have the pieces and stuff like that, the chocographs, that's fun too, and finding those areas. But I did a level, a low level run. See, I could really care less about Omega and Shinryu because they don't add anything to the story. They don't give you anything, really. You get an item. It's like a reward of saying that I did this. And there are ways around that without having to grind it all, too, Nakurti. You can beat those bosses without having to grind specific classes. You just have to switch classes, which when you're doing a run like we tend to do, where you're not allowed to switch classes, of course, they become difficult to beat. But there are very easy methods to beat those bosses. That's a mechanical type thing to beat them. That's like saying, oh hey, I can't beat this boss because I'm not doing any damage with my characters. Let me try other things. What's this do? Suppresses magic. Okay, so if bosses... or if enemies do magic.
Check this out.
Yeah, 5 was a really solid game. I played it for... I was trying to save as much money as I could for charity for a while, and I did a whole bunch of 4-job fiestas in it, and I enjoyed them. Each one of them was unique and different, and I learned a lot about the game. However, no, I will never do 4 Berserkers ever again. Nope, not gonna happen, never gonna happen. Yes, yes. I was playing other games while grinding my Berserkers. I beat Super Metroid, Super Mario World, and got to near, like, halfway through Terranigma, or slightly further, maybe. Nah, he still likes Final Fantasy 9 more than Final Fantasy 7 more than Final Fantasy 9. You gotta also remember that Final Fantasy 7's the first Final Fantasy that he completed, Nakurti, which is pretty much many people's reasoning for liking Final Fantasy 7 over other Final Fantasies.
Check this out.
Many of us stay partial to the one that we beat first. You should watch a review. Well, I don't think his... I don't think him watching your review would help much because he feels differently about it. What's going on? Heal yourself. Why won't you heal yourself? That was weird. Yeah, he likes FF9, but he still likes 7 more. And I don't feel like 7 is a bad game. I just didn't get as attached to it as I did Final Fantasy 6. And then again with Final Fantasy 9, I got attached to it as well.
Check this out.
See, when I played Final Fantasy VI, I was relatively interested in all the characters. I had a hard time actually deciding, like, what type of party I want to make, because I liked so many of the characters and the extra things that they had and things like that. And, like, I grew attached to the characters. I grew interested in their storylines. So, when you're progressing through the game and everyone's separated and you have to get everyone, like, I wanted to get everyone. I did, because, like, I wanted to see what happened to them. I cared about them. I legitimately wanted to know. And then let's move on to Final Fantasy VII, where there was a point where I honestly could have cared less whether I got Cloud back or not. Like, I did not find his story interesting enough. And then when they finally give the big reveal in 7, it's like, okay, well, that was interesting. But it just was too late for me at that point. Like, I was so annoyed by Cloud. Like, here in Final Fantasy VI, I loved all these characters through and through, and then I'm supposed to, like, love Cloud when he's constantly making, like, the exact same mistakes and things like that. Yeah, shut up, Nakurti. You haven't even beaten 9 yet. When are you gonna do that, by the way? And then the same thing goes for 8. But I have to be honest with that even. I was even more attached to some of the characters in 8 than I was in 7. Like, I don't see what people see in 7 as making it, like, incredible and amazing, especially in a character development perspective. However, mechanically, the battles in 7 and stuff like that are very good. There's some of the, like, some really cool boss fights, some incredible music and things like that as well in 7. Like, I love many aspects of 7. But there's so much more about it that I didn't get attached to like everyone else did. And I was excited for it. Like, I really, when I saw what 7 was going to look like on the PlayStation and everything else, I was like, wow, this game looks like it's going to be awesome. Yeah. 7 is very good mechanically, and it took the battle system and everything else to the next level. It did what it needed to do. Yeah, like I said, the difference is though that you seem to be willing to attempt some of the other Final Fantasies. What I found with a lot of people that like Final Fantasy VII, as their favorite Final Fantasy, and this doesn't go for everybody, but for the majority of the people that have talked to me about it, they have only played 7, or they played 7 and they were never willing to go back and try anything prior, because they said the graphics looked like crap or something like that, or they couldn't get into it or anything else. And that I just don't understand. There's enough similarities between 6 and 7, or everything else, other than the graphics, that if you like 7, then what wouldn't you like about 6? You know? I think the biggest problem, well, you gotta remember, Nakurti, I experienced 7 again by doing a starting equipment run, so I had to learn every aspect of how Final Fantasy VII works to be able to actually progress through that. So there are some mechanics in the game that you might not even experience going through in a casual playthrough that I got to experience doing that challenge. Oh yeah, like I said, I played 5 for, how many months was I playing 5 on stream for, guys? Because then Nakurti and I started doing races, however long the 4-job fiesta went on for. And I raised a decent amount of money for charity, too, so it was a lot of fun for me. And up at that point, I had only ever beaten Final Fantasy V once. Yeah, I can definitely understand if you just don't get attached to something. It happens. Everybody experiences stuff completely differently. But, like, to call something a bad game, or to say that something is the best Final Fantasy when you have only played 1, it's just something that's always bothered me. I really wouldn't mind if someone's like, Final Fantasy VII is the best Final Fantasy, and they've played at least like 2 or 3 other Final Fantasies. I'm like, you know what? That's alright. I'm okay with you saying that. That's 100% okay. But to really say that something's the best, you almost have to experience them all. You really can't claim otherwise. Yeah, you know, the ending of 8 I enjoy, but the rest of it I just kind of like, I'm kind of the same way with 10. I could honestly go without replaying it. And yeah, 3 is kind of a struggle for me every time I play. Yeah. But I will say this much. I have found that the people that have at the very least played like a game like Final Fantasy VII been like, wow, Final Fantasy games, these are great games. I want to try the other ones. And they go back and try the new ones. They go back and try the old ones, and then they're like, then they make their decision on it. But then you have the people that play Final Fantasy VII and are like, this is the best Final Fantasy. Like, all the other ones suck. And they never play any of the other ones. And that I've just never quite understood. If you enjoyed 7 so much, wouldn't you kind of want to play the other ones? Why do I want to go around the city again? We'll see. I am, you know what? And this might be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of feel the same way about Final Fantasy Tactics. I can play it, and I have beaten it on multiple occasions, but, like, it's not my favorite. And the storyline is super political for me, and although I know that it's more so focused on Ramza, I get slightly detached from it. It's hard for me to get, like, into it. But I love the mechanics of Final Fantasy Tactics. I do. I've already checked everything in town. Why would I have to walk around again? Unless they change the items. Yeah, I already have the best stuff. I actually enjoyed Final Fantasy Advance quite a bit. I wish the card system didn't exist in it, though. The you can't use this in this fight type of thing. But I enjoyed that world. But you know, and I think that that's going to be the most interesting thing about this tour, this playing all these JRPGs, is there's so many JRPGs I have not experienced, and there's plenty that I have. And there goes my internet again, being a pain in the ass. Like I said, something's going on with like someone downloading something or something like that. So if you guys see dropped frames every once in a while, I think we'll stay up, but I apologize. Let's go talk to Mia again. How do you know this is Mia's bed? A rogue undergarment inspector. I like that. That's a good name. But yeah, sorry, I kind of like think I lost track when I was talking. The ability to experience all these games one right after another and to like be able to compare and contrast everything together is going to be, it's going to be an interesting thing to do, you know, to be able to actually play through them all and actually outweigh what I enjoy more than others. And not just that, but to be able to really live through my nostalgia in some cases, because I'm gonna force myself to look at games objectively, and that's not the easiest thing to do. It's really not. Sometimes when you're really nostalgic for a game, it's very hard to like pick it apart and see all the good and all the bad. Silent rodent. I remember, I never beat any of the Daisuke games, but I just remember the first one and playing it being, like, really rough. I remember, like, the ability to throw enemies on top of each other and it, like, increased their levels or something, and then to make your items stronger, you had to go in and fight battles. It's Mia. Are you going to join me, Mia? Oh, I'm here thinking like that's steps I can go up. Is this... Okay, is this where we're supposed to be? Yeah, that's always a rough thing for me in RPGs, and something that can really keep me from liking them is if the characters don't develop in a way that, you know, you can grow with them. Okay. Working and lurking. How you doing today? How goes work? And thanks for stopping by to say hi. Cutscene? Cutscene?
Governess of the Magic Guild. I have heard you seek the dragons. I see the strength of your will in this regard in your eyes.
I don't know that I could do
And I
that. My
sense
hands and
something
wrists
else.
hurt enough just from typing all the
I
time.
sense evil. You seek to destroy the Magic Guild and Althena.
What? So she thinks I'm evil. She lets me come back here. She's like, "You're evil!" Ah! Damn it! This is what we get for being a semi-silent protagonist. We can't even defend ourselves. Now he says something. Lunar! You just, you know, had to like, you know... I don't know, clear his throat, I guess. Special plans? I don't think that's what they were talking about at all. It does? Doesn't sound familiar to me because I can't hear it. Althena's mirror. Why don't you show her the mirror then? Oh, because you're too afraid to see it. Okay. So, one thing that this game could use, which would be awesome, is a fanfare whenever a party member joins. They're nasty boat cushions? Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. Take the mask off of her. It looks like your mom wearing a mask. Alright, well. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Like how no one's blocking it now. I don't know, we'll find out. Interesting. All of your characters disappear and go up into like the menu when you go to do stuff, except for this person that is in my group that I don't know who they are. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But that woman was in the dungeon before when I checked it earlier. Wait, I can't. Wait, what the hell? Wait, what? Do I have to unequip stuff? Really? Unfortunately, I do not, but that would have been a very good idea if I knew this was going to potentially be a thing. That's probably what they do in the speedrun, I would assume. Only problem here is I do not have a healer. Oh, come on, just shoot your lasers. Thank goodness for the unlimited use of fire stabs. I guess is... Oh my god.
Check this out.
Please tell me she goes
Summon
first.
elemental power.
Check this out.
Yeah, how about it? I'm just gonna hope that this kills them.
Check this out.
Thank you. Oh god, it's still following me. Holy crap. Thank goodness for all this money. Do these lead to the same spot? Nope. Oh! I finally chose the wrong way to go. For once. Well, which is kind of the right way to go if that's where you want to go. Alright, so these ones aren't as bad. I can actually save magic. If only I did a little bit more damage. I missed the chest? Is that what you're saying? Jeez, these guys hurt though. Yeah, I think I already opened that one. Well, she might be Rip. I wonder how close I am to killing these guys with only casting it once. Well, Rip. Let's try it. Alright. We'll do that from now on. I do like how your characters get revived for the experience. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I already got that chest. Now... Okay. Which way is the correct way to go? I have a feeling this leads to something, so we're gonna check it. Damn it! This isn't quite as bad.
Check this out.
Okay, so those two doors led to nothing. I did not really want to fight these things, ever. Whoa. Okay, these guys do a lot of damage. I'm punching stuff because I'm not able to wear equipment in this area. Or more descriptive, I'm not allowed to wear.
Check this out.
I'm not able to wear a sword. Wait, what? So I can still use the sword ability even if I don't have a sword equipped. That's not something I expected. Whoa! I just kind of like glitched through that and did not expect to. This is not good. Might be Rip here.
Check this out.
Oh.
Summon elemental power.
Nice. Yeah, I got really lucky in that fight. Problem is, I already used a bunch of magic in this area. I didn't want to save. Now I'll save. Nice. Is there a chest over there? Naturally, I have to try. Alright, let's see what this does. One-time auto-res. An auto-res, huh? I wonder if I keep Mia permanently. I might not. In which case, maybe equipping that on her is a bad idea. Because I already lost my stuff on Ramus when I lost him. Man, I really want to go to the next floor with full HP, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Check this out.
Oh yeah?
Summon elemental power.
No coincidence whatsoever. Wait. What am I doing? I wanted to go up here. Wow. Run! Alright. I wonder what happens if I try to equip stuff like right now. The evil songs? You were singing the song you sing all the time. Any of those barbarians hurt you? What's that girl doing? She gonna do something. She gonna do something.
I am Zenobia, a descendant of the Forgotten Vile tribe, the innocents Althena callously pushed out beyond the wastelands of the frontier.
I warned you I could see many things. Unfortunately, I have now foreseen your demise. Too bad you had to get involved.
We didn't expect you to get this far, young Alex. It's been quite a revelation. But you never can tell when luck like yours will run out.
Did it! Yeah, this 90s voice acting. Durgans. Why is she in front?
Check this out.
Summon elemental power.
Check this out. Yeah!
Summon elemental power.
And their ability to go twice. We did it! How do you, like, just no one checks the dungeon ever? Like, how does your own parent get sent to the dungeon and you're just like... Still think Luna has the hots for Galleon. Yeah, so far it's really good. Now we gotta go to Mel's place. So, you remember that thing where I said that equipping that ring on Mia was potentially a bad idea because I might lose it? Yeah, well... Whoops. That definitely happened. Go figure. I was kind of expecting an epic boss there, but that didn't happen. But I'm not complaining either, because, you know, progression's always a good thing. Have you updated the shop at all? I'll basically be going back to Berg here in a bit. Yeah, I know. That persona of hers, though. Bum ba ba ba. Bum ba da ba da ba. So, are we gonna have two healers now? Whatever Galleon does, I guess he would mostly be magic. He's there to look cool, okay. Oh, now the silent protagonist talks. And of course we don't get to see any of it. One thing I'm learning quickly about this game: talk to the same NPC 40 million times, just in case. It might be a plot trigger. Oh, cutscene. the stream again. Definitely interested to find out what's going on with that dream. Come with me! Teehee. Give her an Oscar! Alright, so he's at the harbor. Alright, Galleon! Sorry. Ba 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 da ba da ba. Oh yeah, absolutely. I would not mind having 2 healers. I would not mind it one bit. And kinda wish that it was a thing. Galleon, where are you? Damn it, Galleon! Are you in this building? Nope, you're not in here, Galleon. Whoa. Where the heck did you freaking go? Oops, wrong button. Yes. Sure, I'll save. I brought the menu up by accident, might as well. Where the heck is he? Galleon! He said he was at the port. Maybe I still had to do like another trigger and talk to the guy one more time. It's waiting for me at the harbor. Definitely didn't see him there. Or I'm just blind. Yeah. This game talks so much about stuff in our world. It's interesting and weird at the same time. Considering like none of it's here. There's like no TV or any of that type of stuff. What the hell, Galleon? Where are you? Oh, shit. I forgot. I had to go to the right. For forgot that there was a completely different area over here! No one saw that. No one saw that. It didn't happen. We went the absolute perfect way the first time. Because we are good at the video games. There's Galleon. We found him. First try! Yeah, man. Yeah, it's not a terrible, well, I can't even say translation. It's not bad. It definitely fits us, and it's stuff that we can relate to and things like that. It's just weird at the same time when none of that stuff's like incorporated in the world, you know? Like, it kind of works in a game like Earthbound or Mother 3 because like they've got it's more of a futuristic type game. I'm ready. So it's like it's a modern game. There's TVs, there's video game systems. It would work in something like Pokemon too, you know, where it's like more modern. Indeed. I'm interested to see what he would say in the Japanese version though, like if he like brings up like specific stuff in that era for Japan. Obviously, we choose the waifu. Always choose the waifu. Alright. To the cave. Just in case. Is he actually in our party? Yes! He's level 99! Oh, damn it. The game thought about it. It knew. It knew I would take his shit. Damn it. Game's like, ha! Who do you think you are? Think we didn't think of that? Alright. Wow, Galleon's like all up in Alex there. Like really up in there. Ooh. They all look so cool. Okay then. It smells like you used conditioner this morning, Alex. So, can we go somewhere else with Galleon? That's got like way better experience and just like grind the shit out of mobs. Let's see which one's faster. That damage. Alright, so far the ice attack is the fastest. But let's try Earthquake. Alright, ice attack it is. Has anybody gotten a character to 99 in this game? And if so, are they as broken as Galleon? Although it's the fastest attack, it's also seizure-inducing. I probably don't have to do this. I could probably just kill them quicker with normal attacks. I don't know, he seems pretty excited about it based on that emote. Maybe I should just keep using that ability constantly. I'm surprised this hurts your eyes, Nakurti, yet you can look at the picture of Null that you made. How does that not hurt your eyes? Alright, we're out of there. Onward to Berg. Go say hi to Mom and Pops. It lives! Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da. I haven't gotten any other bromides in this game yet. I wonder if they're like stuff you had to search for on like bookshelves and stuff, because I was doing that for a while at the start of the game, but I never found anything, so I kind of stopped. Alright. Let's go Galleon. No! Shoe fly. Alright. Galleon has to be able to attack. Like twice. Or like 4 times. I should've just fought the crystal. Alright, we're just gonna use this magic. It's just faster. Cover your eyes, Nikurti! Stretch a little bit.
Oh, then the time has finally come. My coming out party can begin. Send in the clowns.
By Althena, what have you done, Galleon?
Well, apparently Galleon's coming out.
Not Galleon, dear Quark. Magic Emperor Galleon!
Magic Emperor?
Galleon, no!
No.
So
yes!
he turned into Darth Vader all of a
Someday
sudden?
people may mourn this day, but my glorious rule can only begin with your enslavement.